Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to model the system where heat is added to this thermal mass and at the same time convection is happening from the outer wall to ambient, and we will see how the temperature will change of this body with the time. Actually, I have solved same example in Simscape and I want to show you can get same result in OpenModelica. It means you can use Simscape or OpenModelica for any system model. The goal is not to show you a tool is better or worse, but it show you a different canvas that you can use any of the tool for this system modeling. Anyhow, I have created a structured course for OpenModelica and Simscape, which is available on Udemy. I will provide the link in the description. You can check those courses. Let's get started. I have already created this thermal system model in OpenModelica, and here is our schematic. I have just opened side by side to show you what components do we need in this system. First of all, we need a thermal mass that is available in thermal library. If you go in Modelica, then we have this thermal library, heat transfer component, and then here we have heat capacitor. Let's call it thermal mass. I will use same parameters as I did in Simscape course. I will add those parameters later once we have all the component and we have made all those connections. Then we are adding some heat to this thermal mass. For that we need source. There are two kinds of source, fixed heat flux and prescribed heat flow. I mean both are same, but here in prescribed heat flow, let me bring it over here and let me also bring it over here. Actually, this one is equivalent to control heat source or control source in Simscape. It means in this case we can supply input from outside this component, but here we just need to define inside the component. Let's use this one. Here is our heat source and we can connect to this one. If we would have used this one, we could also connect this one over here. Let me do that. And then we would need a mathematical block, maybe a constant, sources, constant, and here I could connect this to this one. Then here inside we can define, let's say, whatever heat source we want to use, 100. Here we do not specify any unit, but it uses SI unit, so it should be watt. In this case we can go inside, so here we can define 100 watt. Both are same. Then we have convection from this thermal mass. For that we have some options. If we go to thermal system, we can use thermal conductor, thermal resistance, convective resistance, but I think thermal conductor, that's what I used over there. Thermal conductor is like a thermal resistance. It means for any conduction, convection, or let's say radiation, you can convert that into thermal resistance, which you can define as a Kelvin per watt. And thermal conductor is just the reciprocal. If you go inside, it is watt per Kelvin, and thermal resistance is Kelvin per watt. In Simscape, I have used thermal resistance. Here I am using thermal conductor, so I will use 1 over whatever the number over there. Anyhow, we can connect this one to this one. Now, this one is the convective heat transfer, and then it should go somewhere. It means we need an ambient temperature that we can use fixed temperature. This ambient temperature we can connect this one to this one. We can also rotate this one by Control R. Anyhow, we will not be using this one. I am just deleting. Our system is complete. It is actually quite a simple system. Now we can add numbers. I know those numbers, so I will just put over here. Heat is 100 watt, and this thermal mass. Thermal mass is the product of heat capacity and mass in kilogram. I had used 100 in Simscape, so I am using same number. There are few differences I will tell you later, but let me put OK. Then here is the thermal conductor. which was 10 Kelvin per watt. So in this case, it will be 1 over 10. And I was using 20 degrees Celsius or 293 Kelvin. You can use whatever you like. So I am using 293.15 Kelvin. Our system is complete. Now we can run our simulation. First, let me run this simulation, then I will show you the Simscape part. Before running simulation, I have to save this one. So let me do that. Now let's go to simulation parameter. For that, you will come over here on simulation setup. Here you can define your start time, stop time, number of interval, and what kind of method tolerances you want to use. So these are some system parameter. I have discussed this one in my OpenModelica course. You can check that out. Anyhow, I will be running for 500 second interval. I will use 0.2 second. Once I will click OK, it will run and we will get our results. The simulation finished successfully. We can look at our results. Here is our thermal mass. We want to check its temperature. Initial temperature was 20 degrees Celsius. I want to see in Kelvin because that's the unit I have used in Simscape. Let me bring both models side by side. It is the comparison of both temperatures. Both are starting at almost 293 Kelvin and maximum is 685. It is too small to see, but it is starting at the same temperature 298 and going maximum up to same numbers just below 700 somewhere here. You can see in both cases the temperature rise is same. And let me show you the model comparison as well, just real quick. I'm not going into the detail, but you can see main component here is thermal mass, thermal conductor and ambient temperature. Here is our thermal mass, here is our resistance and ambient temperature, and here we are supplying this heat. These are some additional components which you need in Simscape model. The details you can check out in Simscape course. Let me quickly show you my available courses on Udemy. So these are 4 courses available. 2 are on OpenModelica Introduction and 1 is little bit advanced course. Another one is on the EV battery pack simulation using Simscape. All 3 are on system modeling. Then I have created one more course which is on the usage of text user interface for the automation of CFD simulation in ANSYS Fluent. I will provide the link in the description below. Anyhow, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.